I'm Larisa. I am the co-chair of the conference in King's College, Organized Running Conflict Zones, and I'm with Dr. Long, who spoke about human trafficking in conflict zones. It was a very interesting talk. And one of the questions that I think you could answer with our audience is, could we portray people that are trafficked in conflict zones as resources that fuel and perpetuate the conflict?
I would say definitely that trafficking is big business. It's something that helps to finance conflicts. It's also something that helps to perpetrate conflicts after the direct conflict is over, because it helps to perpetrate ethnic, religious, gender divisions within the society. And it also continues the whole, it's an outcome of post-traumatic stress syndrome often, and violence within families.
Talking about post reintegration, how do you think it's better to address the reintegration of women or people that are trafficked in conflict zones when they go back to their hometown?
Okay, that's a difficult question because it's not always clear that they should go back. It may be too dangerous. But often they do want to go back, or they're forced back. And I think the best form of reintegration is to ensure that they have some sort of economic means of living that will allow them enough to survive and to prosper, so that they're not in danger of being re-trafficked again. One of the things that I think is really critical in terms of creating reintegration that works is to fund the local economies that are providing basic services and goods and services to the population, and as our final speaker said, to de-link that from criminal activities, those basic goods and services. All too often donors end up funding major corporations, major industries, and that's pretty much usually organized by major criminal syndicates. So we need to see a lot more support for small and medium enterprises, and also for family businesses, and also for work programs, particularly for young men who have been you're trying to demobilize.
Yes. And finally, my last question: would you see do you see any problem with the legal distinction between smuggling and human trafficking? Do you see any limits, or?
Unfortunately, in the countries in which I've worked, the smuggling, despite the international definitions, which are very important for legal reasons, there's a continuum between smuggling and trafficking. And it's very difficult, really, to determine when one stops and the other begins. And a lot of it is on volition, but that's also very difficult to determine because people get into smuggling situations that then become trafficking situations. They also they may think that they have some volition even when they're in trafficking situations, and then they really don't. But they become kind of sucked into the whole process of trafficking and into the whole industry just to survive. So it's a very, very difficult distinction that's made, and yet the issues between being smuggled and being trafficked are often basically very much the same, and you need to tackle them at the basic level in terms of what are the economic resources available to those who have allowed themselves to be smuggled, or those who have been captured into a trafficking situation.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, and I want to thank you for your presentation, which was very interesting, and that you can follow in our website as this interview and the others that we have made. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good conference.
Okay. I realized I am much more fluent in